Hey, everybody, this is Pastor Heber Brown III of the Black Church Food Security Network. So excited and thankful to be here and with you on today. I am going to be joined momentarily by a special guest today, a wonderful brother who I'm grateful to be connected to. He's doing awesome work in the community and not just in his community of Garysburg, North Carolina, but also making strategic connections all around the country as well. And so you're going to get to hear from him in just a few moments. I'm grateful to be also talking to you during a week where one of the biggest events of our organization is scheduled to take place this Saturday. We're really excited about the second annual season launch event of the Black Church Food Security Network. Churches, organizations, master gardeners, wannabe gardeners, people with a green thumb and a light green thumb, and whoever else is going to be there together, sharing, learning, connecting with resources and information that will have us to have a fantastic growing year very soon. And so stay tuned for this weekend's events. In fact, go to blackchurchfoodsecurity.net. Again, that's blackchurchfoodsecurity.net if you wish to register for this weekend's event. It's absolutely free. It's taking place here in Baltimore. You don't want to miss it. You'll also at this event get some exciting updates on what the Black Church Food Security Network has been up to for the past year. God has been blessing. I'm not ashamed to say that. God has been blessing our efforts and organization. We've been reaching far beyond the bounds of Baltimore City. While this city, Baltimore, is where the seeds for this organization were planted, we are now going so much further than the bounds of Baltimore. We're excited this year to be preparing to reach out to our sisters and brothers on the eastern shore of Maryland, a more rural community, rural side of the community, rural part of the state of Maryland, and excited about the potential around connections between rural Maryland and inner city Maryland, inner city Baltimore, having those connections happen. We think it can not only be instructive for us in terms of how we can maneuver as an organization, but we think those creative and innovative rural and urban partnerships can be instructive and helpful for the larger community as well, the nation really as well. And so we're excited to bring that to you. Let me bring in let me see. There's my brother. I believe my brother is here. Let me see. All right. Let me get Brother Julius in here. He's going to be joining the webinar in just a few moments. And I think this is him. You hear me, brother? Oh, wait a minute. Let me get his mic on. Y'all got to hear this dynamic brother. Let me unmute him. All right. You good?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I got you. Good morning, man. How you doing this morning?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
Good. Brother, we are broadcasting live, international, around the world. And also live on the Black Church Food Security Network's Facebook page. And we're going to share this in other places as well. But just so grateful and thankful for you sharing just a few minutes with us today. We know people don't sit in front of computers and watch videos all day long, or at least not a lot of people I know. So we're going to keep it short, but we also just want to make sure we have opportunity to share with the family about you, about the work that you're doing. And we're really excited. For those who don't know, this is one of the brothers, one of the members of our family is going to be up this weekend for our second annual season launch event for the Black Church Food Security Network. And so we really want to encourage you to go register, blackchurchfoodsecurity.net. Go register on the website, and you're going to hear more about the dynamic story of Brother Julius Tillery. Julius Tillery from the 252 is on the interview this morning. For those who don't know you, Brother Julius, why don't you give, by way of introduction, just a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a fifth generation farmer from Eastern North Carolina. I work in agriculture in many different methods, as a funder, as an advocate, a business owner. farmer, and I basically just try to connect resources to communities that are agriculture dependent, and some are lower income communities, because that's where I'm from. So I try to work in those types of communities.
Now, you said fifth generation farmer.
Yep.
That's some kind of family legacy right there.
Yeah. Well, you came to see the farm. You saw where it started.
Listen, family, listen, and I pray they're gonna have to pave new highways in 252 once Julius Tillery get done, because buses are gonna be driving down to see the history and the legacy in his community and even with his family farm. How has that impacted your family? I mean, what does farming really mean to your family to be 5 generations in? What is that like? A lot of people don't even know what that's like to have a family legacy like that.
Well, it's just been something we've done for a long time, and you can easily take it for granted because you care about it, but you don't know how other people care about it. So for a long time, I felt like we took it for granted, and it was just a thing that we had to do. But I see how much others connect to it, so I want to lift up the work and show them that our family and our folks have skills to do these types of things.
And what are some of the things that you're growing right now, or what does your family like to grow, and even those in your community? What are y'all growing?
Well, on my particular family farm, we raise cotton, soybeans. We raise vegetable crops like kale, mixed salad greens, the mustard greens, turnip greens, rutabaga greens, broccoli. We do some shiitake mushrooms. So we try to have a diversified approach, but our main crops are cotton and soybeans.
And those are called commodity crops. Is that right?
That's right.
For those who don't know, what's a commodity crop?
Basically a crop that you can raise a lot of, and they have like large macro markets for it. So, it's not something that goes bad pretty, quickly like food. It's not a perishable type of deal.
Okay. And give the family a sense of, when you just think about and talk about your family's land in Garysburg, North Carolina, how many acres are we talking about just in your family?
Well, my family, we have about 400 acres. So, and we had used about 125 of it for production.
And do you find that it's common that in your community, families have that kind of acreage? I mean, is that normal? 400 some?
Yeah, yes. Like most of the families who have land, they have north of 100 acres in eastern North Carolina, like in my community. But a lot of families are getting out of holding their land. So some families, when they sell their property, they sell all of it. They don't just sell a piece of it.
And why are they getting out of it? Why are they selling their land?
A lot of family members move to different cities for jobs. Like you move off to college, then there's not as many opportunities economically in our rural areas. So a lot of people just move, and then by the time a family member pass away and want to pass it on to the next family member, they might not look at it the same.
Wow. So you can have families who have 400, 500, 600 acres or more and still not be in a good position financially for themselves.
Absolutely. You could be land rich but cash poor, and that's a very a lot of people have that issue in our area.
Land rich but cash poor.
Yeah.
And so selling the land for some families.
That's the quickest way to get cash.
Wow. Now, one of the things we're going to come back to that in a moment, but one of the things that I'm just so excited about when it comes to you is not only the ways that you advocate, and you're just such a, for me, inspiring ambassador for your community. But I'm also excited by the fact that you are a business owner. You took something common to your family's farm and revamped, remixed it, did a whole Sean Diddy Combs on the whole situation, and now got something fresh and new. Tell the people what you're doing.
Well, I'm the owner of a home decor and accessory company named Black Cotton. As I told you earlier, I'm a cotton farmer, and I make some of the flyest decorations with this cotton. I mean, you can look at my hat here. This is like my branding. But yeah, check me out, Black Cotton. If you Google search me, you'll find me.
Black Cotton, y'all. Family, go check out the website. I have personally been down to not only Brother Julius's farm and visited his family land, met his father and all of that, met his grandmother and all of that. But he took me to the headquarters of Black Cotton. And I'm just really excited about what he's doing. Now, your hat says cotton is our culture.
Yeah.
Can you share a little bit? Because I know that you're not just selling cotton and vases and jars and boutonnieres, which is wonderful. You also have another mission associated with your business as well. Tell us about it.
Well, Black cotton farmers right now are pretty much extinct. So I saw that was an issue, especially for as much cotton products that Black people promote and endorse consistently. I mean, we're part of a billion-dollar industry, but not really seeing the ends of the business that we should. So I want people to know that this culture of cotton is ours. We just need to claim it. So that's pretty much what Black Cotton is doing, is bringing that awareness to where the sourcing of products come from.
And we know, and you know as well, that for a lot of Black folk, when you even say cotton or think about cotton fields, it can be traumatic for some people. Like their minds go back to what? Slavery, right? And so there's a disdain for even wanting to get closer to or associate our culture with cotton. For so many Black folk, they ran away from that. What do you think? Why is it important to you that we reconnect with cotton? And how do we deal with that trauma associated with it?
Well, I think it's important that we reconnect with cotton because it's a natural product in a world where we live in now, where we buy so many unnatural products. Like we buy so many things sourced from people that's going through worse human rights issues than even us here in America. Like when you buy a shirt from China, you don't know what type of issues the people who had to go through to make that shirt. So I know cotton was traumatic for previous generations before us, but in our last couple of generations, no one's hand-picked cotton since the 1980s. And I know this for a fact because I'm from cotton country in North Carolina. I've never hand-picked cotton.
Wow.
So I know this to be fact, and I know that people went through stuff, but those things ain't happening anymore. So, I want us to look at this, the bright side of what cotton could offer us, because there's a lot of people making a lot of money off cotton, but it's not off, and making it off us taking stuff from our culture.
Give me some of the financials. You broke down a little bit when it comes to cotton. We were at your headquarters at your office, and you were sharing some of the financials related to cotton, like how much cotton you'd have to grow to get the certain amount. Can you remind me and tell the family how, some of the money details around cotton?
Well, a lot of Black farmers has gotten out of cotton because it's a really expensive crop to raise. Like it takes us about $8,000 each year just to be able to, to plant cotton.
Wow.
So when we plant around 50 acres, it takes us about $8,000 to plant that crop.
And what would that yield?
But in yields, hopefully we can get at least 50 bales. So 50 bales would be about 500 times 50 will be about 25,000 pounds.
25,000 pounds of cotton.
Yeah.
Would you recoup your 8,000 and make profit on top of that 8 if you were to do?
That's the math right there. 25,000 when you do 80 cents a pound, you're gonna look at probably around $20,000, and then you put 8,000, so you made about 12,000.
Okay, so about 80 cents per pound of cotton.
And that's really a high number because the price is about 80 cents now, but it fluctuates between 70 and 80 cents. Between
70 and 80 cents.
Yeah.
And the numbers make sense to me, but it did something different for me when you showed me the boxes of cotton and how many boxes of cotton would be necessary to get to 1 pound.
Absolutely. Now I gave you the conventional math. Now, in regards to, if cotton costs 77 cents per pound, the way I was showing you boxes, it could take 2 or 3 boxes to make 1 pound of cotton.
Wow.
So in my products, typically I have 1 cent worth of cotton in most of my products, if less than that.
Right.
Yeah.
So I want everybody to go, and I think it's blackcotton.us. I'm gonna double check that before we
Yeah,
get
blackcotton.us.
.us. Yeah, go to blackcotton.us, family. I really want to encourage y'all to support Brother Julius Tillery and his business. I was blessed. He gifted me with some cotton, and I was so blessed to bring it home. Y'all should have seen me. I was walking through the airport with a big old, basket full of cotton in my arm. TSA didn't know what to do with me when I came through there with some cotton in my hand. But also, it was great seeing Black folk looking at me walking through with cotton. Bruh, you should have seen their faces. People were smiling, eyes got wide. So it really grabbed people's attention when they saw me walking through proudly with cotton and getting on the plane with my cotton. Everybody want to talk to me about cotton as I'm walking through.
I know it's a new thing, man. Like I don't know why it took our ancestors or why they didn't embrace it, but when I go through the same thing all the time. When people see me with cotton, they want to ask me about it. When I have it in different events, it's like a thing that gets everyone's attention. I think our people are naturally attracted to it. We just been ashamed of it for so long, and now we can drop that shame. And I think Black Cotton as a company that's known to empower us, making it so cool, is definitely dropping that shame for people, and they embrace it and say, "Hey, I'm about cotton because this is what we did."
It's a part of our heritage.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. So y'all family, please go check out blackcotton.us. Now, I also got to share that Brother Julius and I'm just really excited. This brother is the real deal. And really, if we had about 10, 15, 20 more of this brother right here, we'd be able to make some really great moves across the nation. But in the meantime, while we're getting the cloning machine together, me and him are going to work on just doing something in our region that can be powerful. We've been talking, Brother Julius, about the partnerships that can happen between Black farmers in the eastern part of North Carolina and the DMV area, establishing strategic connections and relationships that can be mutually beneficial. Because up here in Baltimore, we have communities that are labeled food insecure, that our inner cities in particular, whether you're talking about Baltimore or Richmond or wherever else, a lot of our communities do not have access nor control over their food system to the degree that we can determine what's on our plate. So corner store diets and fast food diets are contributing to all of the bad health indicators that we're trying to grow beyond, but we will not be able to grow beyond them if we can't change our access to and control of our diet. And now down there with your Black farmers in Eastern Carolina, there's a different challenge that you describe: land rich, cash poor. Could you also talk about the challenges as it relates to markets, especially for vegetables and the like down there for farmers?
Well, not only are we cash poor, it's the reason we're cash poor because we just don't have a high population. It's a rural area that's been decreasing in population probably since the 80s. And so we just don't have the spending power that the DMV has. No area, has Black spending power like the DMV area. So it only makes sense that we will try to partner with you if there was an opportunity that exists for us to partner. So I love what you all are doing with the Black Church Food Security Network, because like I told you in our meeting, it's the same Black folks in rural North Carolina as it is in urban DMV area. Same Black people. Right. They look alike, they act alike. If you drop them in the same places, they'll go to the same areas to do the same things.
Right. I loved how you was describing that when we was riding around, because people really tend to have a great number of preconceived notions and misconceptions about rural Black America, right? And you have some just keen insight there, said we the same folk. What are some of the kind of the biases and some of the attitudes that you've seen or heard when it comes to Black folk up north toward Black folk down south?
Well, I think for a long time, Black people who from the South that moved north, they looked down on Black people from the South as if they didn't take advantage of opportunities to make more money, or they weren't smart enough to raise their level of lifestyle. And this is not necessarily true. And I'm sure that, especially as time has gone on with gentrification as an issue, with the high cost of living in urban areas. There's plenty of people that see that living in down south where it's cheaper, it has its benefits and advantages. So now that some of those notions are kind of wearing off, I think we should try to work together because we have more in common than different.
And you know what the truth of the matter is, where I sit right now here in Baltimore, there are many people. In fact, there's a joke among some that most Black people here in the city have roots in Virginia or North Carolina.
And it's true.
Yeah, our family, in fact, my family on my dad's side, we're from North Carolina, not far from, actually, we're from Aden, North Carolina, and you know Aden.
Mm-hmm.
On my dad's side, my mom's side from Kilmarnock, Virginia.
Mm-hmm.
And so before the advent of summer camps and before the advent of amusement parks, every summer we would go down the country, as we'd say,
Mm-hmm.
We'd spend the summer down the country with Big Mama and them, running around, getting a different kind of experience. And it's only at this point in my life where I look back and realize the gift that was going down the country. And so much of what we're losing today by staying disconnected from the country. But as you said, we have some marvelous opportunities by coming together. In fact, I'm reading more and more articles, Brother Julius, that is saying that more and more Black folks are engaged in a reverse migration and going south again.
Mm-hmm.
Because of gentrification, because of police violence in our communities, because of lack of employment. People are saying, okay, you know what? I want a better or a different quality of life. I'm going south again where my family roots are. And I'm seeing that grow.
Yeah, I've been noticing it too. Just in the South, our policing situation is different because a lot of police live in the same communities. Where I see the racism looks different up north, where a lot of Black folks and white police, they live in completely different communities. So, you have different relationships. And in the South, we have this Southern hospitality where even when white folks may have certain biases, they know not to say certain things in shared spaces. Just like Black folks wouldn't say certain things in shared space because we have to live together.
Y'all right there. Now that's you know what, you're hitting on something, man, because here in Baltimore, many of the Baltimore City police officers live in Pennsylvania.
Mm-hmm.
And drive down to Baltimore, for work, and then drive back at the end of the night back to Pennsylvania. And this is such a concern among some here in Baltimore that many legislators are proposing that incentive programs for people to be officers who live in the city of Baltimore, mm-hmm. trying to get to the very dynamic you just described that is in play already in many rural towns.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I look at a lot of our police as our friends, man, because, when your policing look just like you and you know who those people are, you know where their intentions are in trying to keep the public safe.
Wow. Different dynamic. Very different than what many Black folk up north are experiencing. And that's one of the reasons I said why a lot of people are going down south. This Saturday, family, this brother right here, Julius Tillery, is going to be on the stage presenting alongside the dynamic Miss Maxine White. And we are just really excited about her because Miss Maxine White, listen, when I went down to Carolina and Brother Julius said, I'm going to take you around, this brother delivered in the highest way, connected me with many wonderful people, many wonderful farmers, but most importantly, Miss Maxine, he said she was the boss lady and he wasn't lying. Miss Maxine White is a dynamic boss lady in the fullest sense of the word. I was speaking with her this past week. She has, well, you know what? I ain't going to tell you. You got to come to the event on Saturday to get more details about the wonderful things that Miss Maxine is doing. But I promise you that when you hear what she's doing, and you hear more about what Brother Julius is doing with Black cotton and in the agricultural community and space in Eastern North Carolina and really North Carolina as a whole. Julius will drive the whole length and width of North Carolina in a minute. They don't even care about it. He just take off. But when you hear what this brother is doing all over North Carolina and you hear what Miss Maxine is doing on the eastern part of the state, you're going to be so inspired. And then you're going to hear how we are piecing together a partnership that's going to help both of our communities. Last thing, Julius, and I'll let you go. Mm-hmm. You are not a senior citizen as we look at your face. Yes. You are in your early 30s, am I right?
31.
31 years old. This brother, fifth generation cotton farmer, 31 years old. My question to you, Brother Julius, is how do we get more younger people involved in agriculture? Because there's a great concern that given the average age of Black and really farmers in general, being like somewhere around 59, 60 some years old, there's a big gap. And once those farmers follow the course and pattern of life, we're really concerned about where our farmers going to come from. You are 31 years old doing this thing like a boss. And I want to know what your thoughts are on how we get more younger people involved in agriculture.
Well, one thing I believe is we have to treat the young people fairly, and we got to pay them fairly, and not overwork them. Like I've seen the times where, like, when a person make minimum wage, we try to break them down with work. I think we got to try to be more creative in how we approach the workload for this type of this work, and give better expectations for what to make in that type of work. Because if people don't see any type of funds they can make from it without almost killing themselves, they ain't gonna want to do it. So, with my business, I try to make it fun and empowering, and we can't be so strict where we can't let the people be open to speak to us and talk to us and, get to know better. We got to make the industry cool.
You got to make the industry cool. I like that. Yeah. And what would you say to young people who might be watching this? What would you say to them? Maybe agriculture is nowhere on their radar. They say, listen, I'm going to school to be an engineer or a journalist or whatever else. Agriculture is not even entered their mind. What do you say to young people? What would you say to young people?
Well, it's an opportunity to be able to reach people and be a business owner. You don't have to have a degree to be able to sell vegetables. People just choose whoever has the best vegetables. So if you have a record, it's a good industry to get into if you already have a record or something, because people don't care what your previous history is. They want to know how good your product is. So, agriculture is this industry that gives everyone a second chance.
Wow. Yeah. That is a wonderful insight right there. And for those young people who might be watching, even college students, you don't even know for some of you don't even know what you're going to do with your degree. No way. Some of y'all have that Kanye West college dropout testimony that you went to school to make your parents proud, but you don't know what you're going to do with your life. Brother Julius is providing an avenue, at least something to consider. And as you can see, the brother's not in overalls. He don't have on a straw hat. I don't see no pitchfork in the picture where he's sitting. This brother's a businessman doing business, doing deals up and down 95 and around the country. And I'm just thankful that for the young people, college students, get a chance to see this young brother doing business. And like you said, no degree. I didn't even think about that, Julius. They want to know how good the food is. They don't want to know, your degrees and what your past is. I mean, that kind of insight, man, that's why I really appreciate you for. You give us some somber reflection on rural life and agricultural life.
Yeah, I just try to keep it real, man.
You do it. Y'all follow Julius Tillery on Twitter. What's your Twitter again? I forgot.
CH_ILLMO. Chillmo.
Chillmo. CH_ILLMO. Chillmo. Okay, we'll put it out there on our Twitter page as well. Go follow the brother. And also, we want to make sure you check out his website, blackcotton.us. Go support the brother. Matter of fact, prom season coming up.
Yes.
Absolutely. So listen.
And the good thing about the boutonnieres and the corsages is when you buy from Black Cotton, those products they're gonna look the same forever. So if you got a high school sweetheart, you want to have something that lasts forever, get the Black Cotton.
Wow, come on now. So prom season, go to blackcotton.us, get your boutonnieres, get your corsage, get yourself, and stand out and be distinct. You ain't got to blend in what everybody else is doing. Stand out, have some cotton with some pride, knowing that Black farmers grew that. Also, Mother's Day is coming up not too far away from here. You know what I'm saying? So all those holidays and special times of year, when you would just stop at the red light and buy flowers out the window, why not consider supporting blackcotton.us? It'd be a wonderful, memorable gift.
Absolutely. Something that's not going to be thrown away 2 weeks later.
Ain't going to be thrown away 2 weeks later or wilting on the table. Right. That's what's up. Are you on Facebook as well, Brother Julius? You have a page for the business?
Yeah, it's at Black Cotton Decor.
at Black Cotton Decor. All right, y'all. Just Google Black Cotton, Julius Tillery. He gonna come up. This weekend, you can meet him for yourself. Shake this man's hand, 31-year-old boss doing it down there in the 252, representing for Eastern North Carolina and the state as a whole. But you want to meet him personally, learn more about his farm, and I promise you, you will want to hear about the partnership that Black Church Food Security Network is making along with Brother Julius and other partners and friends down in North Carolina. We're about to do this thing in a real big way, and you want to be there from the very beginning. God bless y'all. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned, blackchurchfoodsecurity.net. Go to the website, register right now. It's free. It's free. Free 99, but a whole lot of resources, information, networking, and connecting that will be a blessing to you and your church, your business, your organization. Thanks so much. Peace.